Shiny object syndrome is a big problem, especially for entrepreneurs like us. It's this chase of novelty, this chase of the new shiny thing that's going to take us to achieve all our dreams and outcomes. And it's a big problem that I had, and I want to share a little bit on how I got over it. And I'm actually fully over it at this moment, right? I've completely moved past shiny object syndrome. But I've probably wasted 3-4 years of my life over shiny object syndrome. And it's a problem that some people never recover from. And they lose all their youthful years. It's the problem that they still face. I want to go over how I actually fix this problem. Here's a little bit of evidence on on why I have this problem. I had this problem at least. I've tried so many business models. I've literally tried them all. What I'm showing you right now, is just a small percentage of me trying to encapsulate every single famous popular business model. But I've tried much more than this. I've tried SaaS, failed. I've tried drop shipping, failed. When I say failed, I might have made, broke even, or I might have a little bit of a loss, maybe a little bit of a profit, but all in all, failed. I've tried SMMA, failed. I've tried a video agency, personal branding agency, failed. I've had a YouTube channel, it's not this, it's another separate one. It had success, but I didn't enjoy doing it, so I'll consider that a failure. But in terms of numbers and stuff, it was very successful for the most part. But I've had so many failures along with so many more because I keep switching new ventures every single time, and that is shiny object syndrome. And right now I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing now, and I want to go over how I actually got past this, right? Because I've literally tried it all. And it's actually worse if you are a smart individual, just because you can always convince yourself that this is the one, right? If you're intelligent, if you're smart, it's kind of dangerous how you can convince yourself of so many things. And even if somebody tries to fact check you or tries to put you in check, you're able to debate so well that you can just convince yourself of anything, right? You can convince yourself that the earth is flat if you're smart. So that's kind of the danger that you play into, where you're like, okay, this is the one. Like, I know this is the one, and you can think of many logical reasons, and it may all be true, right? Because you can find success. People have found success with all these ventures, and you can list all the cons and the pros of that, and make your analysis and say, okay, this is going to succeed, this is going to succeed. All of this could have succeeded, but since you were switching over, like I was, none of it did. The only way that I have been able to get over shiny object syndrome is I have not found a direct solution. I've not found something where I can just tell you something and you get over it, or you can even convince yourself why it's bad. It just doesn't work like that. It's one of these problems where you just have to take the hit. You just have to drive the car through the burning wall and crash. And you just hope you survive, so that you can realize, okay, next time, this was really close. It almost took my life. Next time, I'm definitely not going to drive that recklessly, right? It's just one of those problems where you just have to learn it the hard way. That's all I've learned. You just have to try 10 different ventures, fail in every single one of them, and find a slither of success in one, and that may take you 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you're just gonna have to take the hit. It is what it is. If you have shiny object syndrome, if that's part of your wiring on how you think, that's just how I've been able to navigate it, right? And you just have to take the best parts of it. And the only way you can speed this up is you can try to find gold fast. You can try to find some slither of success with whatever venture you're going into quickly, and only then, or at least when you get signals that it's working well, then you will be able to fixate on it more, right? But even in that scenario, you're gonna have times when, like, let's say for my instance, my AI agency is doing really well. But even in that instance, there are times where it's difficult, and I have a slither of hope in the back of my mind. Maybe a mobile app, maybe an AI SaaS, maybe an AI app is the way to go. All these new things come about. So what you have to remember in that time is every time you start something new, right? This is the start of something new. Let's say you need level 70 to actually make money. This is where you make money. 100 is obviously you're a professional. You will have this period where you go from starting to learn something, whether that's through YouTube videos, you're starting to get a rhythm of it. Let's say in drop shipping, you start to make a little bit of sales, you go up, and then you have this big boost up to, like, let's say 50% competency, right? And this is relatively quick. This might happen within 2 weeks. But the time period it takes for you to go to 50 to 70, where you're actually making money in terms of your level of competency, that might actually take you 2 months. So in that disparity, what happens is you will get to 50. This is what happened to me. And you will say, this is not the one. This next one is the one. And you'll restart back to zero. So you go back to baseline, and then you just go about with your life, go from 0 to 50. Oh, but this next one though, the AI app, ooh, that's the one. You're gonna waste another, let's say, 2 weeks, a month, boom, get to 50. And then it just keeps repeating where you never actually get to the threshold to actually start making money, right? That's where the problem comes in. So it almost got to a point where you just have to go through these hurdles, this shiny object syndrome mess, maybe 10 different times. That's what I did. And eventually you're like, okay, this is getting ridiculous now. Because as much as business models are different, intrinsically they're the same. Marketing, sales, operations, finance. You have to realize that, it doesn't matter what you're selling. For the most part, the core fundamentals are the same. And if you keep switching, you're just never gonna get product market fit, right? You just have to stick with it. That's the thing. So that is the only way I've been able to get through shiny object syndrome, is literally just putting my hand over the fire, taking the burn, and just moving on. I have not found a way where someone just told me logically, walk me through why shiny object syndrome is bad, and I just went, yep, you're right. And then the next day I'm super focused now. That just hasn't worked. It's just not how it works. I've just convinced myself that, hey, I don't want to start from 0 again, because right now I could be at 60. Let's say right now I'm 60. So from 60, getting to 70 is actually a lot faster than me going from 50 to 60, right? So that's the only way I've been able to convince myself, hey, I'm already at 60% there, 70% there. Might as well stick out with it. I don't want to start with 0 again. But what the time warp is from you to go to 0% competency to 50% competency in any field is so quick. It's like 2 weeks. With 2 weeks of YouTube videos, you've tried a couple sales, a couple marketing strategies, and you found a little bit of rhythm going. But to go to 50 to 70, where you start making real money, that takes 4 months. It's like, what the hell? That shouldn't be the case, right? It's just not linear. That's something for you to consider, right? You have to remember, just stick with it, and you do well. I hope that has given you a good overview as someone who experienced it. I know exactly how you feel. I'm probably worse than you at shiny object syndrome, so don't challenge me. But I hope that has helped you just get over shiny object syndrome. That's the only way I've been able to do it. Maybe you have some better ideas. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'm very eager to know. Regardless, I hope this has helped, and I'll see you guys in the next video.